Lesson 2.8 is on using the quadratic formula to solve quadratics. So we've been factoring, and today we saw that factoring, of course, doesn't work every time. So we go ahead and use the quadratic formula, which works all the time. And so this one is number 6. I have 5x squared equals 8x plus 14. And so what I need to do is I need to get this all set equal to 0. So what I'm going to choose to do, and you can move the 5x squared over instead, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 8x over and the 14 over, keeping in mind that they're all different terms. So the 8x comes over and changes sign, and just you write him in the B spot, and then the 14 comes over and changes sign and is now negative 14. Okay? You can move the 5x squared over and have a negative value for the a. You should get the exact same answer. Okay, but that's the way I'm going to do it here. So my a value is going to be 5, my b value is going to be negative 8, and my c value is going to be negative 14. So I'm going to go ahead and write down my skeleton form of my quadratic formula here. Okay, if you need more time, go ahead and pause, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start plugging in these numbers. B is a negative 8, so they go in those two spots. A is a 5, so it goes in these two spots. And then C is a negative 14. Okay? And when I start doing the math, I get x equals, and again, pause if you need to, a positive 8 plus or minus something, I'm going to work with that here in a second, all over 10. And I'm going to plug in the entire bottom. My calculator, and it looks like I get 344. That's a really big number. But that's okay. I can work with that. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to break this down. So let's bring this over. 344. Okay, how about 4 and 86? I saw that it had a 4 at the end, so I was like, well, I know it's 2, but let me see if there's a 4 in it, because that helps me break that down. 86, again, is probably divisible by 2. It's 2 and 43. You can try to break 43 down, but what you're going to find out is that it's prime, so you can't. So it looks like I have a group of 2's that I can pull out. Plus, minus, here's a 2, and then it looks like I have to leave an 86 underneath. All over 10. And you guys are going to be tempted to stop at this step, or you're going to be tempted to stop at this step, but you actually can go one more step, because the 8, the 2, and the 10 all have a 2 in common. So it's 4 times 2, 2 times 1, 5 times 2, and so I'm going to take a 2 out and say it's 4 plus or minus the square root of 86 all over 5. And I'm going to leave my answer together. You don't have to separate it as plus minus. But you'll see tomorrow that it is plus minus on the answer key. Okay? Hope that helped.